What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about TBB today, the Bitcoin bull. It is the 24th day of August, and here we are at about 1 cent. Last video, I actually just made a video on TBB, and I was like 2 minutes away, not even, from finishing it, and I had a mishap at the end there. So I'm making a new video. This might be more expedited as a result, because I kind of already know what I want to say. But just initially getting this thing started, I want to go over the history. On a daily time frame, we actually do have a history, which is nice to say. It's actually rare for a lot of meme coins. Most meme coins don't have a history, right? They're relevant for a week or two, and then they go to zero. Then they're not relevant anymore. This coin has been around for nearly 2 months and still relevant, still maintaining a market cap above $10 million. That is a rarity. That is an abnormality. That's not what normally happens in the meme coin space. Okay, so there's something special about this coin, for one, just in stature. There's a lot more obvious special things about this in fundamentals. We'll go over that maybe later. But right now what I want to focus on is just simple facts, which is that we've been around for 55 days. 55th day of existence. I've been holding TBB literally since day one. I spent some TBB around here to give us a 100x boost on Dex Screener, and the TBB that I spent was just a portion of the airdrops that I've received personally from Jason, from the dev of this coin. So I actually have more TBB now than I did whenever it was down here. Even though I spent some to buy the 100x boost back in these days. Other than that, I haven't sold any TBB. I'm just holding. I even bought more in this dip area here, like last week. Anyways, 55 days that we've been here, holding the whole time. I'm talking about myself holding because I'm in the top 20 wallets, the top 15 wallets. And me and the other top 15, the other top 20, the other top 40 have only been stacking. Here's another abnormality, another anomaly. Most coins, whenever they see their pump and then they dump, you see the top wallets dumping, distributing. We're not seeing that here. We're seeing buying demand. We're seeing new wallets coming into the top 40. We're seeing some serious buying pressure coming in here. And of course, there was some panic, some selling pressure here. There was some infighting drama that happened, just like any community, and you got to kind of come out on top of that. We could talk about that all we want, but I don't think it's helpful to talk about it. It was stupid to begin with, and it really doesn't matter now. 55 days, guys. 55 days we've been alive. Eye on the prize here. 21 days that we've been consolidating. 21 days since the low. 21 days we've been consolidating. We've been in this range here. 55 days total, 21 days in this range, almost half of our life, about 40% of TBB's life, the Bitcoin bull's life, we've been in this range. Okay, it's a lot of time to consolidate, a lot of time to contemplate. Nobody with serious money is going to want to get in while we're just moving up and there's no pullback. But now you've had the pullback and you've had time, and Jason Williams, the guy that's behind this project, he's got friends all over the crypto space, and maybe not even friends, adversaries, whatever, people who know him, people who know of him, people who might not have known of him, but because he's a big personality in the space, they've discovered this project along the way, and they've had time to recognize and seize the opportunity that's here. There's also been time for any weak hands, panic sellers to get out as well. Smart money can step in and buy, panic sellers can get out. There's time to form structure, and structure we are forming right now. We're consolidating here, holding support right at prior levels of resistance back here, which doesn't seem significant. It just doesn't seem like resistance at all. But if we look at this on a 4-hour time frame, this was where we're finding support here. This was a very significant consolidation phase here. I mean, this is right before we broke through $10 million in market cap. That is a significant psychological level, and then also just from a price perspective, a significant level. We're holding that there. Before this consolidation, this was actually the longest consolidation by time that we had. It was the most significant consolidation phase. So in other words, this is the second most, as small as it is, second most significant consolidation phase that we've had, and we're holding support at that level now. Okay, we look at this here. We look at this here, and you can see that slowly but surely the slope is decaying. We're not gaining momentum to the downside. We're staving it off. Right here, it's a lesser slope. We're kind of arching up. Here, from this low here to there, lesser slope, right? It's less extreme. And then from here to here, we actually have a higher low. It's almost like a double bottom, actually. The tides are turning. A lot of volume here came in at these low levels. There was also some volume here at these low levels as well. Not a whole lot of selling pressure, guys. And I think that there is some buying pressure going on. Coins like this, again, people look for coins like this before they start throwing real money in the meme coin markets. It's kind of there's a game, there's a way to game these markets. And whenever you're holding your ground like this, again, it's so odd that a coin like this, a meme coin, is holding above. It started from a humble beginning of like $100,000, had a 90% drop, went back down to at the lowest $148,000, multiple days below $1 million, and now it's maintained over half of its life above a $10 million market cap. Right? This is just an abnormality in itself. Then you go beyond that. Then you go beyond looking at the chart. That's the first thing that catches the eye if you're gaming the meme coin markets. Then you look at the community. You look at who's behind the project. And if you've done any research into it all, that right there, that's the nail in the coffin. That will solidify your decision to buy or not. And I think if you're looking into this, it's definitely a good time to buy. $10 million, low market cap, early entry. We're definitely early in this project still. And I believe that when we move up higher, we will see prices that are above $100 million. The next target area, if we look at this from a high to a low, is anywhere from about, is that right? Is that the right? I think that is right. 9.3 cents to 21 cents. Now we can go higher, right? Whenever we move up, we just might move up all at once. We've had enough time to consolidate here, half your life almost consolidating. We could certainly move up really fast. It could be more methodical. You know, we find some resistance, get a higher low at prior resistance here, and then continue to move up however it works. We absolutely can move higher, but I think that's largely predicated on what Anom does. Now, Anom is not directly linked to TBB. If Anom moves down, TBB doesn't move down. If Anom moves up, TBB doesn't move up. That's not what I'm talking about here. What I'm talking about is the relationship between what Anom's potential is. You can say what you want, you can think what you want. I know this is kind of blasphemous in the TBB community, but I'm just speaking from the heart here. This is real to me. The meme coin craze that we've seen since the end of June, the beginning of July, over the last couple of months here, didn't start until Anom popped. That's how I remember it. I'm sure that's how everybody remembers it. That's what's going on, okay? It didn't start until Anom popped off. If Anom, which I think is the MACD, it's the meme coin leader right now in the space, if it grows to see new all-time highs, which I think it will, I don't believe in this double top at all. I'm calling BS. We're holding support here. It doesn't look like a double top. There's not a lot of volume at all selling off. Doesn't seem to be any pressure selling. It's just buying. But if Anom can see new all-time highs, I think it's going to go to $1. I think it's going to go to multiple dollars, right? We typically don't stop at $1 billion for meme coins that hit $1 billion. They actually go to multiple billions. You never see a meme coin stop at $1 billion or less than $1 billion. They always, if they get into that realm, typically like 90% of the time, they see a multi-billion-dollar price. Whatever the case may be, for however high Anom goes, being that Bitcoin started its bull market, we're seeing growth across the whole space, excitement in the space. People are risk on right now. I think that will only help TBB's case. If Anom, by the time that TBB's moving up, if Anom hasn't seen new all-time highs, the statistical probability that we stop here is pretty significant, that we stop between 21 cents and 9.3 cents. That's awesome. That's awesome growth. That is completely awesome growth. From here, we're talking about anything from a 8x to potentially a 20x move. Awesome in itself. But if Anom, by the time we make this move, is at a multi-billion-dollar price, or at the very least at new all-time highs, I would say that the chance that we go to this level, 39 cents to 51 cents, greatly increases as well. Okay? The thing is, TBB here, you guys, is so forgiving. It's that there's so much opportunity here that, first and foremost, again, you spent nearly half your life in this range consolidating. If you had your eyes on it before, but you didn't buy, and you're kicking yourself in the pants, you wish you bought up here, well, now you've had a very tremendous opportunity to buy in these levels. If you're not taking the chance to buy here, you're stubborn, you're nervous, you don't know what to think, you could buy even directly when we break to new all-time highs. Imagine buying at this level. We get just above new all-time highs. Even there, you have a 75% growth from the lowest expected move to potentially a 4x move all the way up to the higher end of this range. Whenever you're at new all-time highs buying, what offers you a very immediate 75% to nearly a 4x move? Like that's incredible. It's very forgiving, very opportunistic, even at what seems to be unideal prices. Maybe you're hesitant, maybe you're scared. There's even cause, there's even reason enough what's the word I'm looking for? There's just enough gas in the tank to make it worth your while to even speculate on it at new all-time highs. Let alone from these levels. Let alone from these levels, you guys. And again, all I'm trying to say about that last part is it's not that they're connected. It's just that if Ansem sees new all-time highs, I think that only will help the case for the meme coin market and thus TBB as well. It helps the potential. You know, whenever we were here, I was thinking we're not just going to push right to $100 million. We're probably going to, you know, dilly-dally, go up to 50 million, pull back. It'll take some time. But with how long we've consolidated here, I think we really can make that push. Even here, I was saying we're probably not just going to move up in a straight line. We'll probably dilly-dally. We've consolidated for so long here that we could see a movement like this going all the way up to $100 million or more. And I think that we will cross that $100 million threshold sometime in the month of September. If not by the end of the month of August, but August is coming up here, you know. September could be boring as well. If it's not September, maybe October. It depends on Bitcoin. It depends on the rest of the market. We'll see how it goes. If Bitcoin's chilling, if it's consolidating, that gives altcoins a time to run. If altcoins are running, meme coins are going to run. Meme coins are kind of their own thing too, though, man. I mean, they can run while everything else is doing their own thing. I mean, it's just interesting how memes work. Anyways, getting into the short-term stuff, getting into the technicals, enough talking, looking at the 1 hour time frame here. You can see the volume's dying off tremendously, so it's just dying off. It's non-existent. We had that rounding of the bottoms here, double bottom at the lows here, volume's dying off. There seems to be a lack in selling pressure and an interest in buying. 1 hour RSI is very neutral, but we are shifting up, right? You've got these higher lows coming in. You're getting less oversold than you were a few days ago, so that's nice to see. But still very neutral, waiting for that pop to the upside. The price action is neutral, so that's fair. MACD. What's cool about the MACD here is you can kind of see this, and it really goes all the way back out to here. But you can see these histograms getting less and less and less and less and less bearish, right? To a point where it's like basically non-existent here, where it's almost like gone away entirely. And now we're about to cross through the zero with these oscillators. The zero line right here, we're about to cross through with the orange and blue lines. We're about to cross through 1 hour, too significant. 4 hour time frame, same thing. We can witness the same thing happening here with this MACD. The MACD is really exciting, you guys, at least in my opinion. A lot of momentum here. Dying off, dying off, dying off. It's non-existent. And right, we've got this very neutral, downward shifting kind of thing. But as we're shifting down, as we're seeing lower lows, there is less and less bearish momentum. That's bullish, you guys. The oscillators here are also very close to breaking through the zero level. And if we break through the zero, we're probably going to break through this trend to the upside. The RSI has this nice trajectory of higher lows. And we're at this point where we're looking to break through this flat top of resistance. And if we can do that and get overbought, that's also really bullish. Every time we've gotten overbought in the past for TBB, on the 4 hour time frame, it's taken us to new all-time highs. That doesn't mean from here, you know, we're far away from our all-time highs now. It doesn't mean that we have to go to new all-time highs, but I certainly would expect a breakout, you know, something that would take us, you know, more than double in price from where we are now. The MACD is really bullish, and on the daily time frame, it's the best. I think it really is the best. This is we're saving the best for last. We've been moving sideways, consolidating this area for 22 days, 21 days now, so the RSI is neutral with a bearish tilt. There's not a whole lot going on here that we can go over, but the MACD looks awesome. It's very new. There's little data on here, but the data that we have is awesome. You can see again that the bearish momentum is just dying off. It's so close. This flips green when the blue line gets above the orange line. They're so close to doing that. We move up a little bit and we're there. Not only that, if we can scoop up here, if we can bounce, we can build that bullish momentum. The oscillators, the orange and the blue line, they cross back above the zero. You've got holding the zero as support, bearish momentum dying off, and then we're getting that bullish flip all happening at once. It's like it's storybook. It's perfect. It's literally written in a story somewhere, and I don't know how it goes, but I know how it ends, man. The story ends with a giant hoard of treasure somewhere above $100 million in market cap value. Or maybe that's just how the chapter ends, and then the next chapter unlocks. I do believe that TBB will see prices above $1. I do believe that'll happen. I don't know when that'll happen, but all it takes is a viral moment. And I actually have an idea. With this community, guys, we've got such a tight-knit community. I've never actually accepted any more like this amount of friend requests or a follow requests. I haven't followed Sorry, I'm thinking Facebook. I haven't followed this many people from any other community before. I've just, interacted. And I'm not that interactive. Ask any of my friends in crypto. I'm pretty bad with interacting on X, man. Which reminds me, I need to actually hit some people up that I haven't hit up in a second. But I have an idea that might help engage the community and maybe bring people in from other communities as well, or people who are not even in crypto that could bring them into TBB. And it's not crazy, it's not world shattering, but again, just a little idea. I want to run it by some of Jason's apples. Kind of inspired by the poker tournament that we had. Can we involve people, get people on board with this community through reward-based engagement like that? Like, can we do something like that? There's another thing I think we can do maybe in the gaming sphere. We'll see, because I'm assuming here in TBB there's a lot of people who probably play video games. There's probably a lot of people that play video games in this community. That doesn't mean, there's 4,000 holders. That doesn't mean that 2,000 of you play video games. Maybe you do. Maybe 3,000 of you do. Maybe just a couple hundred do. But there's people outside the community that aren't a part of this community that play video games too. And if we could do a tournament, a gaming tournament, and maybe get it like a sponsorship or a partnership with a gaming brand. I have one in mind that I just think it's badass. They don't get the recognition they deserve, and this could help bring users to their stuff, as well as bringing users to our stuff. It could be like a win-win situation. I don't know. I want to run it by some people, but again, that idea might not promote any fruit. It might not bring anything. It might just be stupid. But I'm one of 4,000 people trying to think of stupid ideas that only one needs to stick, and then this thing goes viral, and before you know it, we're at $1. I believe this thing will go to $1 one way or another, just through natural organic community building, but it'll happen faster with the viral moment, and that viral moment will happen through some kind of something that brings in new wallet holders, new audience members. At the end of the day, I want what's best for this thing. I want to see it grow. I think it will grow. I think we're all in the same boat there. The sellers have gone. All the selling pressure has gone away. And now I think there's only buying pressure left. All eyes are on this thing. And I think when this price starts moving up, anybody who was hesitant to buy here, you're going to see that FOMO start to kick off a little bit. And depending on how dramatic that FOMO is, that can cause other people to buy as well, and maybe even new money to buy and send us to new all-time highs. I don't believe it'll be one fell swoop like this. I do believe it'll be more meticulous. But potato, tomato, whatever, however it works, I think we look good here. And I'm really excited to see what happens here when the MACD crosses green. I got nothing else. I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, hit the like button, subscribe, take care of yourselves. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.